Okay. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. First, you have to understand now we're living in a time where Muslims, they don't follow fatwas anymore. And people who have the authority to give fatwas, they're not. There is no Shaykhul Islam anymore in Islam amongst the nation. Not self-styled Shaykhul Islam. Not Shaykhul Islam hiding behind bulletproof glass and nice and comfortable and warm, while the people, they're saying for him to, he's saying to them, make jihad, we're going to be Husseinis, and they are out there suffering in the cold. Not that kind of Shaykhul Islam, but the Shaykhul Islam that is appointed by the khalifah. So there's no khalifah and there's no Shaykhul Islam. So people now, like I said, there's no head, everyone's deciding by themselves. So there's so many different opinions, of course, about this. Islam became just about opinions. If you don't like what the scholar says, then that other scholar is saying something that fits to your ego. You say, you see, I'm following someone. It's okay. There are scholars who say women can lead the prayers. There are scholars that say, well, I don't like all those hadiths, for example, talking about dogs. Prophet is saying, don't bring the dog into your house. Because I don't think Prophet is like that kind of a person. He loves animals. So that's a wrong hadith, so I'm going to put dog in my house. So many different kinds, so many weird kinds of scholars these times. So you may get their ideas and their opinions too. And also their fatwas, of course. Especially scholars being raised in the Western tradition. They're trying to mix Western philosophy now and other ideas into Islam. So that's wrong. Now, we are living in a time right now where you cannot escape from images. You cannot escape from images. Paintings or sculptures. Worse than that, moving pictures. Worse than that, what you see in front of you, it's so real, you think it is real, but you know it's just a screen, a silver screen that is in front of you. Or you see that box there, it's a television in front of you. So it's not just pictures, it's moving pictures. It's not just moving pictures, but something that you know it is real. You don't even have to imagine anymore. It is real. Now, when you are surrounded by all these moving pictures and 99.999% of these images, it is not reminding you of Allah and His Prophet. It is completely about the ego and about dunya. So many, they are saying, oh, this question about pictures and paintings and images in Islam, it's been going on for 1,000 years. And people cannot decide. So whatever you like, you take. No, it is not that. It's already been decided. It has already been decided. Now when we look, I'm talking about the Ahl Sunnah Aqidah. I'm not talking about other weird kinds of Aqidahs that they say we can paint anything that we want to paint. We're looking at the Ahl Sunnah, 4 mazhabs, not 5, 4 mazhabs. We are looking in Islamic history, and we're looking at Islamic art. We see paintings sometimes. Not a whole lot. Number one, the paintings that we see, they are all two-dimensional, not 3, two-dimensional. It is flat. There is no mistake now you are looking at a painting, a picture. Nothing about it is supposed to be realistic. That is Western art, to try to be real, to try to challenge Allah that way. Islamic art, and to a large extent Eastern art, is always two-dimensional. You know that it is fake, it is not real. It's not trying to be real. You look at Western art, you say, oh, it looks so real. It looks so real. But you can never say that looking at Islamic art. It is not real. So immediately you know it's divorced now. Second, majority of the paintings that is done, what you call the miniatures, and there's a reason why it's miniature. It's small. It's not huge. It's not big. It's not full size. Okay? It's small. And you're looking at it, and you are studying it. Those miniatures, most of them, they are religious. If they are not religious, meaning that they are pictures showing religious events that is happening in the times of the Prophet or other prophets or the saints' time. Meaning the idea there of these pictures, which is very rare. It is not, don't think the Islamic pictures is like today, you can find it in every newsstand. It is very controlled, it's very rare. Who has them? Usually the sultans have them. The court, the Shaykhul Islams, the Awliya Allah, they have them. It's not something that they're going to show to the public too. So it is very controlled. Now these pictures, most of them, they are spiritual and they're religious in content. It's nothing to do with the ego. Or it's instructional. Or it's historical. Showing the sultans, the kings and the maliks what they are doing. To have a record. So it is not the pictures as we understand them today. Completely different animal then. So, that they were doing, number one, they were doing it with the full permission of the Sultan and the Khalifah and the Alims and the Ulamas and the Shaykhul Islam, and the purpose is for Islam. The purpose is for Allah and His Prophet. The purpose is not for ego. When that is concerned, it is allowed. It is very controlled, and people don't go crazy. And people are not going to look at it, and it's not going to overtake them. Everything is very controlled now. That is okay. Yes, Holy Prophet ﷺ is saying the angels, they are not going to enter into a house, okay, if there are dogs inside the house. There's another hadith for those kind of scholars. Or there are any pictures in the house. Pictures, yes, but pictures of what? Yes, he said to Hazrat Fatima radiallahu anh one time, he says, take down those curtains, Ya Fatima, because it has some prints on it, some pictures of animals. Do you know it was taken down and made into pillows? It wasn't taken down, and isn't it? It wasn't taken down, and it wasn't burnt. It was made to something else. Now, when it comes to hadith, hadith is not just knowing the words, but knowing what the words mean. What is the context? What is the story? What is the understanding? Because now we're just looking at the words, but we're not understanding the situation. Where was the curtain? Maybe it was in the direction of the Qibla. So, we're not going to enter into that so much. But try to understand also now the hadith that refers to things like that. It is very specific. Okay? And pictures, yes, pictures of what? If it is a picture of a holy person, picture of prophets, pictures that's explaining Islam, in that way, it is not the ego, it is not about dunya now, because it's not dunya matters, it is spiritual matters, then it's a completely different thing. We're not going crazy about it, but it's a completely different thing, and that is allowed. Now, what is not allowed by the scholars, unless it is very specific, and the Shaykhul Islam is saying, for this reason, we're allowing this just for this reason, exception, because there are always exceptions. What is not allowed are statues. Carving, something that is carved, and a statue that is standing by itself. You understand? For example, if something is carved into, say, into the furniture or into the cup, or a little bit, don't go crazy. It's okay because it's still a cup. Is it a statue? Is it an idol? Or is it a cup? It's a cup, isn't it? It is an idol, or is it a chair? It's a chair. So, specifically, their law and that rule is about just carving something, an idol, carving a statue and having attraction to that statue and looking at it. And that, because that attraction is pulling you, it may lead you to a worship. That is different. That is for the sole purpose of what they call in English objet d'art, right? Objects of the art, things that specifically you're just putting it there, things there, sanat. Huh? Yeah, idiot. And just for the sake of beauty and for the sake of art, and just to put it there, carved humans or animals, to put it there and everyone looking, oh, so beautiful, and to like it. It has no other purpose other than that. Okay, now that is specifically is forbidden. Now, when we're talking about where we are living, this 21st century, where everywhere we are seeing it surrounded by images that is reminding us of dunya and shaitan and our desires and the ego. Now, in our way, it is more necessary now, in order to fight against that, we have to put pictures everywhere. But pictures of what? Pictures of awliya Allah, pictures of our sultan, pictures of our shaykh, pictures of our Sultan al-Awliya. Now that time is necessary. It's not a choice. Why? Because our eyes, they are filled with images of haram things. They need now to have images of not only halal, but the images that Allah loves. Because these are the ones that are beloved to Allah. And Holy Prophet ﷺ is saying, there are certain men, when you look at them, they will remind you of Allah. And when we have the pictures of our shaykh, it's not reminding us of dunya. It is pointing to the Holy Prophet ﷺ. It's pointing to Allah. Because when we look, it doesn't stop there. When we look at our shaykh, what is our shaykh teaching us about? Himself? No, about the Prophet, about Allah. So when we look, we're being reminded of Allah. So that time it is necessary to have, because everyone, they have pictures of themselves everywhere. Pictures of themselves, especially. We have strange people, they say, no, don't put picture of the shaykh inside my house. Don't put it inside my room. Then we're saying, what about you? You have picture of you, mom and dad, in the wedding clothes, in the bedroom. Why are you putting it? Yeah, you're putting everything else. You're putting your children standing with a diploma. It's pictures of everything else, or pictures of babies, pictures of cats. I don't know what kind of pictures you put. But you have pictures, and now they have issue when we have pictures of awliya Allah. Completely, you have no intelligence that time. You don't know how to put, you're missing the point. You're not understanding. So, understand, now it becomes more than necessary to have, it becomes very necessary to have pictures of awliya Allah around. Of course, these pictures, they are holy, but we're not worshipping to them. We don't worship to these pictures. They're still objects. It's still a thing. Of course, we don't put it in our feet. We're putting it high. There's a respect, but there's just a pictures too. And at the same time, we don't treat those pictures lightly. I know someone, I used to have a friend, he belongs to another tariqat, and I'm saying, oh, your shaykh is in Egypt? Yeah, my shaykh is in Egypt. Let me show you. I love him so much. He's a very holy person. And he reached back, because he's wearing jeans now. When you wear the shalwar, you don't have your pocket in your back there, Your shalwar, no, you don't have it. Pockets here, here, here. But if you're wearing jeans, you're wearing pants, Western style clothes, they have pockets in their backside. So he's saying, I love my shaykh. I said, really? Yeah, oh, mashallah. Let me show you my shaykh. So he took out from his backside picture of his shaykh, saying, you see, shaykh. I said, mashallah, very nice. You love your shaykh. Yes, right. Yeah, very nice. And he's putting it back there. I'm not understanding this because the manners that we are taught by our Shaykh is completely different now. Respect is different now. So, inshallah, this answer is enough. That is what I'm saying. That's what our opinion, that is what Shaykh Effendi is teaching us. It's not what we are saying, it's not what I'm saying, but it's what Shaykh Effendi is teaching us. So, not to go too crazy either way. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah.